Every subject that we study, every subject has a context. Right? If I say I want to know about women empowerment, then what part of women empowerment will come from public administration? What part of women empowerment will come from sociology? What part of women empowerment will come from economics? What part of women empowerment will come from environmental studies? If you know about Chipko movement long back that happened. Public administration is a subject which deals with what to do, how to do, how to do it better, and also to understand what not to do. Especially when you think of government and citizen, government and society relationship. W.B. Donham is a very popular scholar. He gave a very famous statement that if our civilization fails, it will be mainly because of breakdown of administration. Law banana, making law is easy. Enforcing that law is the most difficult part. And to a large extent, making that law relevant for the society again is very difficult. The beauty of public administration lies in its simplicity and its application. If you leave these two fundamental things and you keep working to whatever extent you can, right, eventually you'll find yourself to be behind the wall. You'll not be able to jump that wall, which is needed. Good evening, everyone. First session on the QEP Plus program. As you all know, this program is about a detailed process of understanding the subject. Most of you might have studied the subject and gone through the basic understanding of the syllabus. Now, when I say basic understanding, that is the syllabus part. Let me start this lecture with some very simple ideas and what exactly we are going to do. As governments become more and more important for us today. When I say government is becoming important, you must be aware that the level of dependency people have on the governments is increasing, mainly because the nature of political system and the nature of politics that is transforming the society today. You might have obviously read about the trade wars. You might have read about the tax reforms, ethanol blending, right? Humanitarian crisis, refugee crisis, visa issues. There are a lot of global problems which are happening today. These problems, to an extent, scare people because obviously we all want somewhere security, right? हम सबको चाहिए कि हम कहीं ना कहीं आराम से रहें, कंफर्ट से रहें और कहीं ना कहीं हम ये चाहते हैं कि भाई चीजें थिंग्स शुड बी प्रिडिक्टेबल, राइट? Now it is obvious that when we need things to be predictable, right, we want to know them beforehand. हम चाहते हैं कि हम उसको पहले से जान लें. ये बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर है. हम अगर हम ये पॉलिसी या स्कीम इम्प्लीमेंट करते हैं तो क्या होगा? व्हाट विल हैपन इफ वी इम्प्लीमेंट द पॉलिसी एंड स्कीम? व्हाट विल हैपन इफ वी कन्फ्रंट दिस प्रॉब्लम? हम इस प्रॉब्लम से लड़ते हैं तो क्या होगा? या ये प्रॉब्लम इमर्ज होती है तो क्या होगा? So these are very vital questions most of the societies today are facing. The impact of technology, right, globalization, economic reforms, and in fact we are into post-globalization phase now. बहुत सारी countries जो हैं वो अपने मेक इन इंडिया, right, वोकल फॉर लोकल ऐसे initiatives को ला रही हैं, and at the same time they are going for regional trade agreements, right? We are looking inward and we are looking outward both. Now, why I'm telling you all this? Because every subject that we study, every subject has a context, right? If I say I want to know about women empowerment, then what part of women empowerment will come from public administration? What part of women empowerment will come from sociology? What part of women empowerment will come from economics? What part of women empowerment will come from environmental studies? If you know about Chipko movement long back that happened, right? The women hugging the trees to save them. So there are n number of issues and problems, and what you can say, the uh, anarchy going or impacting the societies today. How are we going to deal with them? Now, that is the fundamental question that public administration asks, or it tries to at least answer the major part of that. So, when we think of governance, or governance is, as you can understand, is the way the government functions in the society and probably develops a trust within the citizens that we can govern better. Right. So, as we move towards the various changes that are happening, right, governance is evolving. The way government was doing things is changing, not just because governments wants to change, but because citizens want government to constantly reform themselves for the society. Also, these changes are coming from outside, not just internally. So, when I say there is a need for local government transformation, women participation should increase, Narega or programs like Urban Missions or Pura, which was there earlier, right? These rural development programs must change. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan should have a certain component of psychological and attitudinal change on part of the people, right? I am basically giving indication to the government to change. So, public administration is a subject which deals with what to do, how to do, how to do it better, and also to understand what not to do, especially when you think of government and citizen, government and society relationship. So, to understand the domain, right, public administration, जिसको हम लोक प्रशासन भी कहते हैं, right? You understand the lok prashashan, the word public, right? Public is has several meanings, right? But public, in simplest term, can be government, and then the people, right? Both. So, for whom the government has been created? It has been created to serve the people. Who are the people, right? Who are supposed to be citizens of a particular territory. So, governments today are changing, they are evolving, and how these governments are able to serve the needs of the society, or they are not able to probably deliver the requirements or the needs or the demands of the people or members of the society. That is what is the study of public administration. So, I don't know, you might have studied various definitions, various ideas of public administration, but that is the simplest way that we can put up that the entire subject, the area, the academic study, right? पूरा जो डोमेन है पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का वो किस पे बेस्ड है? एक सिंपल रिलेशनशिप गवर्नमेंट, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, सोसाइटी. अब ये गवर्नमेंट एक वैक्यूम में काम नहीं करती. इट डजंट वर्क इन अ वैक्यूम. इट वर्क्स इन अ कॉन्टेक्स्ट. इट वर्क्स इन अ पर्टिकुलर अरीना. ये अरीना क्या है? ग्लोबल एक्टर्स. पूरी दुनिया एक अरीना है, राइट? जिसमें हमारी गवर्नमेंट या हमारी सोसाइटी जो है वो उसका एक पार्ट है. इट्स एन एलिमेंट ऑफ दैट. इट्स अ कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट ऑफ दैट. Now, that is how public administration should be started with. Now, there is a very interesting scholar, W.B. Donham. Donham is a very popular scholar. He gave a very famous statement that if our civilization fails, it will be mainly because of breakdown of administration. Law banana, making law is easy. Enforcing that law is the most difficult part. And to a large extent, making that law relevant for the society again is very difficult. If the enforcement of the law increases or improves, right? If people start following the traffic laws, how many people die of accidents every year? Probably more than the people who die of cancer or many other diseases. So, if people start following a simple traffic law, stopping at red light, right? Many of these people will not lose their lives. Now, who is responsible for this? If people simply start understanding certain aspects of civic life, like civilized life, right? How to live in a community, how to live in a society, and what their contribution can be as a citizen. If they understand the simple things, not throwing garbage on the road, right? Not choking the drains, or for that matter, let's say a more prudent use of electricity. Simple things that can bring a huge governance transformation. So, public administration, right, has evolved in that sense. Earlier, the study of government and now the study of governance. That means पहले हमारा कंसर्न था गवर्नमेंट क्या है, कैसे काम करती है, कैसी दिखती है, हाउ डज इट लुक लाइक, व्हाट गवर्नमेंट इज. अब हमारा फोकस क्या है कि क्या गवर्नमेंट जो भी करती है वो सही है, या गवर्नमेंट जो भी करती है वो कैसे करती है, हाउ डज इट डू इट, एंड वेदर वॉट एवर इट इज डूइंग इज इट इन द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ पीपल, एंड ऑल्सो हाउ पीपल कैन कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट टू दिस ओवरऑल प्रोसेस. लोग सिर्फ कंज्यूमर नहीं है, गवर्नमेंट की सर्विसेज को वो कंज्यूम नहीं कर रहे हैं, राइट. हम मेयर स्पेक्टेटर्स नहीं है, ऑडियंस नहीं है, हम एक्टर्स हैं, हम कॉन्ट्रीब्यूटर्स हैं. नाउ सी, दिस इज हाउ द एंटायर framework of understanding the administration has changed today. This transformation has lot of concepts related to it. ये ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन को आप एक नया नाम दे सकते हो, राइट. इसको आप बोलते हो कि भाई ये शिफ्ट फ्रॉम rowing to steering to serving. A public administration, many of you might have studied. So if you think of every theory that you study in the most simplest manner where things are happening around you, right? That is public administration. So as a subject, it is very conceptual. Not a lot of mugging is required. Obviously, mugging is part of every subject that you study, right? We are not born with this subject. Obviously, we'll have to study. So when we study, we need to remember a lot of things. But this is the subject which gives you a lot of liberty that you may not need to remember, right? Things after a point of time, because they will come naturally to you as an idea. The more you understand the world around you, the more you understand the society around you and the problems of the society and how these problems could be taken care of, the more understanding you develop of public administration. Obviously, as a subject, there are theoretical aspects. So, whatever practically we see, that will be linked to the theory that we study. Fine. Now, so this is Ashutosh, and I will be taking up this QP program plus the main test quiz programs, especially for the students who are trying to revise, who are trying to develop a good habit of writing answers. They are trying to understand or somewhere prepare their revision part, their understanding part, the conceptual development and improvement part through the PYQ analysis. PYQ has two objectives, right? One, what should you write when a question is asked to you? So if I say, okay, something has been asked, what will you write? So you have the knowledge, you have the information, you can say, okay, I'll write this. And correct, good. Fine. Now the second question is more important. How will you write? Fine, don't tell me you'll write with a pen. Yes, you will, right? But then how will you write? If you know what to write, then can you put it in the right perspective, in the right design, in the right system, right? That will be probably liked by the examiner. So there is a very important gap. Fine. Knowing and conveying. This is the gap. So we all know a lot of things, right? Are we able to convey that in a way that the person who is reading it, the person who wants to understand it, is able to understand? That is simply communication. So answer writing क्या है? सिर्फ communication है. But ये communication कैसे करना, right? Is it natural to us or do we learn it? Yes, we learn it, obviously. Now it is obvious that most of us have been writing answers since long time, right? Right from the class 4th of if we are writing answers in some form or the other. But then still we don't feel confident about it. 2-3 factors may be there. Fine. Let us say. So this is the program, right? I hope you might get through the details, right? We're starting with the first class today. I will tell you briefly about myself, but that's not the most important part, right? Once we teach you, you'll understand what is our agenda. Fine. There are a lot of rankers. See, these students, I'll give you one simple, very interesting idea. Fine. She scored 274. Somewhere before that, she had got 240 something. This boy has consistently transformed. Fine. I think 290, then eventually somewhere 273, 74, right? But this, he got very close to 300, and he could have got 300 very easily. There were some fundamental changes needed, but he was very good. Fine. This 287. See, the marks are extraordinary, and they could be obviously ranked 10, top 10, and top 15. Fine. But like I told you, the beauty of public administration lies in its simplicity and its application. If you leave these two fundamental things and you keep working to whatever extent you can, right, eventually you'll find yourself to be behind the wall. Will not be able to jump that wall, which is needed. So if you follow these two things, fine, simplicity is the extraordinary part of public administration. Fine, they've got very good marks, right? So we'll share a lot of details over the time. We'll talk about a lot of things, right? I have my career spans around 13 years teaching, and 5-6 years before that giving exams, 4 mains and 2 interviews with public administration, uh, sociology, physics in one of the attempts. So it's been a long journey, and scoring patterns which I experienced over a period of time, right? We learned a lot of things from them. And while teaching, we got a lot of selections, right? Rank 9, 12, 24, 27, 14, 36, 42, 45, and likewise. See, but yes, it's not about that. This session is more about you. So we saw a lot of students over the time, and how this subject also evolved, and how the students also need to evolve according to that. So it's very easy to say that, okay, fine, I'm not able to understand question, right? But the fundamental question still remains: why you did not understand? Even after studying for 5 months or 6 months, why you did not understand? So none of you is asking the right question, and that is why you don't get the right answer. Majority of you are simply saying, oh, I did not get it. If you see governance paper, if you see ethics paper, if you see even the paper 3 of UPSC mains, right? Consistently, the nature of questions are evolving. Now, you cannot simply sit and say, no, I read NCRTs, I read these books, and why not I'm able to solve these questions, right? Because that may be the building block, fine, but that is not the apex of the learning. So, somewhere you have to transform. You're not for the university exam, right? So, and that's easy, because in the university proper, you have to read a lot of things, and you have to remember a lot of things. You have to write in a particular format only, right? This paper, this subject gives you a lot of liberty, right, to be what you are. And that is why I keep telling students all the time, there are your strengths, work on your strengths. If you work on your strengths, see, you can score 290 marks. Who says we don't get marks, right? Who says we don't get ranks? We get it. But the issue is, like, we cannot study mathematics, right, as history. So obviously there's a method to study, right? And it has a lot of other consequences, right? We'll talk about on the way, don't worry. So as you see, these are the details of the program. I think obviously all of you might will go through it if you see into the details or the comment sections, or you visit the website, and likewise find there's a detailed structure of the syllabus which has been given, and how we are going to deal with the questions over the time. Fine. So how we are going to take up the questions, right? Uh, and there's no restriction, right? We'll take up the questions the last 10 to 15 years, so that your range of understanding is very broad. Many of these things you might not have covered in your foundation classes if you've studied, or maybe self-studied. So many of these ideas, they are very important, right? And they may not just extend to last 10 years or 7 years or 8 years, right? So we'll take up a big domain, a big range of analysis, let's say 15, 20 years. And based on that, we will develop the ideas around which the topics are asked. Fine. So this is a detailed syllabus which is given, and it will be almost 2.5 to 3 months maximum, right? Because there are things which will integrate into the class. Will not just deal with the questions. We'll also give you the conceptual basis and foundation of most of the topics that we will do. Fine? Fine. So this will cover the entire paper 1 and paper 2. It will also have the aspect of, like I told you, some innovation and creativity. For example, we'll put into the second ARC perspective into the many places, right? Punchi Commission perspective, if that is needed. There are many other committees and commissions, reforms in administration, right? Recent policies and programs, government's orientation towards civil services reforms, whether it is lateral entry or for that matter, Karmyogi mission, or for that matter, this Sparrow, right? 360-degree, 180-degree evaluation, performance evaluation models, which are being, you know, supported by second ARC, used by Government of India, citizen charter model, Sevottam framework, RFD framework, results framework development, that second ARC's recommendation. Fine, and how it is linked to your theories, like Likkert's or Argyris talk about something called work enlargement. Fine, McGregor, Herzberg, they focus on work enrichment. Now, there are theoretical models, right? And these theoretical models will be practically visible when we think or when we analyze the second ARC's recommendation. So, a lot of your theory of paper 1 is very easily understood, right? When we interpret the second ARC's review of reforms in administration. How first ARC 1966 and second ARC got in continuity with each other. What are the factors which maintain continuity and what are the factors which maintain difference between them, right? So, we'll talk about such things and it will become more easy for you to frame your answer, to develop a good content and all those things, right? So, we'll talk about it, don't worry. Fine. So, if you see, right, logically, this program will take you through the entire process, through your entire understanding, right, of how do we understand, how do we make sense of something, and how are we going to present it, right? Now, presentation is very crucial part. One, time management, right? Let's understand certain things. Fine, I hope I'm clear to you till now. Right, because communication is vital aspect of teaching. I need to know whether we are on the same agenda, right? So let us say if I say, okay, fine, that's a QP program. And let me simplify certain things for you. For example, right, we take up, let us say, unit 1. If you see 2025 mains, 40% of the paper has come from you. I will not talk about any particular person, right? But majority of the people teaching, right, generally, they start with unit 2, right? They teach you unit 2 theories, or theories are important. It's like saying, right, that I'll tell you grammar and then I'll teach you ABCD. Right? That's something illogical. So if you have to understand rest of the entire paper 1, you need to focus on this, because this is the building block, right? This is the fundamental of the entire paper 1. And this is one big mistake most of the students do, and they end up not scoring well. So unless we have the basic and the micro level understanding of various topics, right? जब तक हम ये नहीं जानते गवर्नमेंट क्या होती है, हम गवर्नेंस कैसे समझ पाएंगे, राइट? तो ये बहुत बड़ा एक क्वेश्चन मार्क है. We should deal with that. Fine. Second, like I told you, see how we need to develop concepts. So पूरा पेपर 1 का जो यूनिट 1 है, उस पे सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स आ जाते हैं, राइट? उस पे एक सिंपल सा टॉपिक है, 5 है लिखा हुआ, इफ यू रीड इट प्रॉपर्ली, राइट? Evolution of administration or public administration and its status till present. So we study evolution till present. Till present is the contemporary times when you're reading it. So if I was reading in 2010, you are reading in 2025, right? The present for you is that, present for me was that. So it's not saying that exactly the year in which you are giving the exam, but when it says present, it talks about कि जो ideas हैं, जो basic concepts हैं, जो influences हैं governments पे या उसकी study पे, right? वो आपको पता है या नहीं है. So for that, obviously, you need to be updated with contemporary developments around the world, right? Let us see. Fine. So let us say this is a very vital part. And through this vital part, we can understand the rest of the paper, right? But obviously, you have studied, many of you have come for revision. So, but let me give you or emphasize upon the importance of this part. This is very important part, right? I'll give you a simple example. So, let's say, right? Let us say we talk about public administration. Fine. Public administration as what? So say I am studying public administration as what? Now there are various dimensions of this subject. Let's say if I say, oh, public administration, fine, is a subject. We are studying it, correct, it's a subject, right? But what this subject is related to? The functioning of a system called administration. So public administration का एक system भी है, right? And public administration set of function भी है. Public administration क्या करता है? Which is different from Tata or different from Reliance or different from something. So private sector or public sector, इसमें difference भी है. Nature of function. So if I say, oh, public administration is a set of functions, right? Public administration एक system है. Public administration एक subject है. System है. We can use the word institution. एक legitimate, legal, right, established system है society का, which works for the society or works under the system of government. Fine. Public administration कुछ और भी है. Is it something else? Definitely purpose क्या है? When you think of purpose, कि क्या हम purpose के basis पे भी purpose को define कर सकते हैं? बिल्कुल. There are organizations and systems working in the world, right, for purpose. Government is for a purpose. NGO is for a purpose, right? Family is for a purpose. Society in general is for purpose. Everything, every system that is around us is for a purpose. So, what is the primary purpose of public administration? So, we can say, oh, public interest. Public interest and welfare. ये इसका primary purpose है. That means, wherever I see public interest happening, whenever I see public welfare happening, I would say, oh, this is somewhere connected to public administration, which may not be totally true, right? Because it hardly serves the public interest. But still, जो theory है वो कहती है कि भाई public interest, fine? So इसका एक basis होता है कि भाई what is the cui bono of public administration? Who benefits? Cui bono is a principle. कौन benefit करता है? So अगर customers benefit करते हैं तो वो एक it's a system, private sector which is working for some profit. लेकिन citizens benefit करते हैं, minorities benefit करते हैं, women benefit करती हैं, children benefit करते हैं, tribals benefit करते हैं, right? Vulnerables benefit करते हैं. तो हम बोलते हैं oh, who benefits? Right? They benefit. If they benefit, fine. This must be done by a particular organization. So हम क्या बोलेंगे? Public administration. Fine. I hope you are able to understand this. क्योंकि मैं थोड़ी सी लिबर्टी ले रहा हूँ ये assume करने में कि आपको आता है थोड़ा बहुत, right? I'm not taking, will help you understand from zero to, right, to the apex. But I'm taking little liberty in order to accept that you know something. Fine. So let us say, this is one method, right? This is a way of understanding something, and we can add a lot of other perspectives, right? Various perspectives, various dimensions can be added. अब यूपीएससी क्या करता है? यूपीएससी इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एज यू नो. 24-25 में फेडरल पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशन बना. ली कमीशन के रिकमेंडेशन में ली कमीशन वाज अ कमीशन फॉर्म, राइट, फॉर सजेस्टिंग दैट in India also we should, or British India we should also have a public service commission, so that exams यहाँ भी हो सके और इंडियंस उसमें अप्लाई कर सके और इंडियंस के लिए इजी हो. लंदन जाके दे कैन नॉट गिव द एग्जाम. देन सो ली कमीशन उससे पहले 1919 एक्ट में ऑलरेडी, राइट, दे हैड रिकमेंडेड फॉर हैविंग अ पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशन. फाइन. नाउ since then, based on the Macaulay report, right, 1853-54, you must be knowing. So एक Macaulay report थी 1853-54, एक नॉर्थकोट ट्रेवलिन रिपोर्ट थी, वो भी सेम टाइम पे 1854 है। ये दोनों रिपोर्ट्स वर ऑन द ब्रिटिश सिविल सर्विसेज रिफॉर्म्स। सिंस देन वो जो नेचर ऑफ एग्जाम है, इट्स नॉट वेरी चेंज्ड। राइट, वो एलिटिज्म था, वो एलिटिज्म ऑब्वियसली ब्रिटिश के लिए था। अब ये एलिटिज्म जो 1950s के बाद आया, वो मोस्टली फॉर द एकेडमिया या एलीट या इंटेलिजेंट, और आई वुड नॉट से इंटेलिजेंट ओनली, बट यस द इंटेलिजेंसिया, the people who are educated, well educated, and who have lot of flair for studying. So जो मैकॉले था, उसने एक बहुत स्पेसिफिक ओरिएंटेशन डेवलप किया कि भाई जो people, right, who have scholarly aptitude, who has scholarly attitude, they should be the one who should be chosen, and it should be mainly, right, in a descriptive format. The exam should be conducted, right, and focus should be lot of information gathering and reproducing that information in the examination. Fine. Like Macaulay used to say, by catch them young, या Cornwallis जिसको father of British civil services भी कहा जाता है. Sardar Patel is father of Indian civil services, right? Cornwallis Code, or Cornwallis was the father of British civil services. So, or British Indian civil services. So he's saying they catch them young, train them hard. See, उनका पूरा agenda क्या था? Right? That they are looking for one of the best minds, but who can work in a format. सो यूपीएससी एज एन इंस्टीट्यूशन, उसकी एक लेगेसी है, उसका एक कल्चर है, उसका एक इतिहास, उसकी हिस्ट्री है. इट कैन नॉट सिंपली चेंज ओवरनाइट, राइट? सो लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड नाउ यूपीएससी व्हेन इट डील्स विद क्वेश्चन. अब वो क्या करती है? सी, व्हाई इट बिकम्स टफ, क्योंकि आपने ये पढ़ा, यू स्टडीड पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन इज दिस, पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन इज दिस, इट इज विद दिस पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ व्हाट यूपीएससी विल डू. आपने ये पढ़ा है ना, आपने इसको लिखा, यू रोट वेरी वेल. नाउ व्हाट यूपीएससी विल डू, इट विल पिक अप दिस. इफ यू सी, you go and see the PYQs, you'll understand. Right? We'll discuss a lot of PYQs, lot of topics. We'll also explore the dimensions of these topics so that obviously things become so easy for you, right? And I'm guaranteeing you that even after just 1 week or maybe 2, 3 sessions once we take, right, you'll be able to understand and make sense of the PYQs like the back of your hand. It will be so easy for you. But you have to be with me. You have to be on the same mindset, right? Wherever you lose it, just let me know. So let's say, right, अब यूपीएससी क्या करता है कि सी इट विल टेक दिस पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट. नाउ समथिंग व्हिच इज जस्ट पार्ट ऑफ इट, नाउ यूपीएससी इज गोइंग टू मेक इट अ मेन क्वेश्चन. फाइन, कि भाई व्हाट इज पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट, अब ये डिफाइन करो. लो सी, नाउ मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स विल लूज देयर ग्राउंड जस्ट बाय सीइंग द क्वेश्चन. कि अरे पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट, अब क्या लिखे इसमें? पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट है, वेलफेयर है, ठीक है, ये भी लिख दिया, ये भी लिख दिया, पॉलिसी होता है, एस्पिरेशनल डिस्ट्रिक्ट प्रोग्राम है, नरेगा है, लिख दिया. नाउ व्हाट? फाइन, क्यों? क्योंकि एवरी क्वेश्चन जो पेपर 1 में आता है, एवरी क्वेश्चन रिक्वायर्स सम थियोरेटिकल बेसिस. उसका कुछ डिस्क्रिप्शन चाहिए, उसकी थोड़ी एनालिसिस चाहिए. फाइन, फिर आप प्रैक्टिकल एग्जांपल्स को ऐड करो. फाइन, अब पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट. अभी फैक्ट है कि भाई अच्छा स्टूडेंट है, उसने पढ़ा पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट, ही नोज व्हाट इज पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट, ही डिस्क्राइब्स इट. फाइन, नाउ इट इज ऑब्वियस कि भाई यू आर राइटिंग योर फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट और मींस, और यू मे हैव स्टडीड फॉर फ्यू इयर्स, राइट? बट ऑब्वियसली आप भी उन्हीं चीजों को पढ़ेंगे जो मोर और लेस अवेलेबल है. फाइन, राइट, अंटिल ऑब्वियसली आप सर्च करें, थोड़ी मेहनत करें और सब. नाउ व्हेन यू रीड निकोलस हेनरी, राइट, सो वेरी पॉपुलर बुक, बट आई वुड नेवर रिकमेंड कि माय स्टूडेंट्स उसको सारे पढ़े, राइट? देयर आर 3-4 टॉपिक्स व्हिच आर इंपॉर्टेंट. सो निकोलस हेनरी में पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन एंड पब्लिक अफेयर्स, राइट? This Nicholas Henry's book is mostly American centric, right? It is American centric. ये पूरा अमेरिकन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के ऊपर है, उसका एवोल्यूशन, उसका इतिहास, एंड मोर और लेस द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन इन यूएसए. When you study Nicholas Henry and you talk about public interest, in that you'll find that he has talked about how to determine public interest. अब एक सिंपल सा आइडिया आता है पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में कि भाई जो रीजन है why public administration is even existing, right? क्यों एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है पब्लिक? Why is it existing? Why should we create? Right? A foundation class होती तो मैं बताता कि भाई there is a state, there is an administration, there is a society, right? ठीक है, ये सिंपल चीज है, you must be knowing. So what is the reason for existence of public administration? क्यों बनाया हम ये सिस्टम? Government, right, mainly develops or creates this system to serve what? To serve the needs of society. What it wants to achieve, what it wants to deliver. उसको रोड बनाना है, उसको एक सिस्टम चाहिए. वाटर डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना है, ड्रिंकिंग वाटर क्रिएट करना है या उसको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना है, सिस्टम चाहिए. लॉ एंड ऑर्डर उसको मैनेज करना है, इनजस्टिस को कंट्रोल करना है, उसको एक सिस्टम चाहिए. राइट? तो अगर हम बोले कलेक्टिवली गवर्नमेंट का जो रीजन है, राइट, दैट इज कॉल्ड राइजों दे आर्थ. फाइन, अब इससे घबराना नहीं है, ये सिंपल सा टर्म है. राइट, ये बहुत सिंपल सा टर्म है कि रीजन फॉर एग्जिस्टेंस. फाइन, बस इसको हमने लैटिन या फ्रेंच में लिख दिया, बट इट डजंट मैटर. अब ये इंफॉर्मेशन छोटी सी जानने के लिए शायद आपको कई किताबें पढ़नी पड़े, थोड़ी और आप इजी मेथड फॉलो कर सकते हैं. राइट, आप कुछ ऐसे लोगों से पढ़ लो जिन्होंने ज्यादा किताबें पढ़ी हैं बस. राइट, सो आपका काम शायद इजी हो जाए. फाइन, बट डेफिनेटली पढ़ना पड़ेगा, यू विल हैव टू स्टडी. सो राइजो दे आर्थ, राइट, मतलब रीजन फॉर एग्जिस्टेंस ऑफ पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन क्या है, उसका रीजन क्या है, उसका पर्पस क्या है, उसका बेसिस क्या है, क्यों बनाया गया उसको. फाइन, पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट. सो निकोलस हेनरी क्या करता है, ही गिव्स द फिलॉसफीज. He talks about philosophies of public interest. Fine. So we can understand in simple. You see, Nicholas Henry's book talks about philosophies of public interest. I do agree, right? कि भाई सबने अब ये नहीं पढ़ा होगा. तो ऑब्वियसली एक स्टूडेंट है जिसने ये पढ़ा या उसने कहीं पढ़ लिया, ठीक है, चलो हम तो वी स्टार्ट विद द आइडिया ऑफ पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट ऑलवेज व्हेन वी टीच द क्लास. और ऐसा ही एक आइडिया सी इन योर एथिक्स पेपर आल्सो इट हैज कम. So philosophies of public interest, right? What do these philosophies tell us? They help us understand कि पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट को कैसे समझा जाए, पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट को कैसे डिफाइन किया जाए, लोकहित क्या है, राइट, कलेक्टिव इंटरेस्ट क्या है, सोसाइटीज इंटरेस्ट क्या है, हाउ दैट इज टू बी अंडरस्टूड. राइट, अपने एथिक्स में भी बहुत जगह आपने फिलॉसफी पढ़ी होगी भाई, यूटिलिटेरियनिज्म. द कॉन्सेप्ट गिवन बाय मिल्स एंड बेंथम. राइट, इसके दो मॉडल्स होते हैं, एक्ट और रूल यूटिलिटेरियनिज्म. लेट अस से सिंप्लीफाइड कि कोई हेलमेट पहन के या देयर इज अ bicycle, sorry, this motorcycle rider, fine, and he's going and he's not wearing a helmet. The constable sees him, stops him, fine, he puts a fine, but he tells him, see, I'm giving you a helmet, you wear it and go, you can save your life. ठीक है, या चलो कोई लॉ नहीं है, बट कांस्टेबल को लगता है इसको मैं हेलमेट देता हूँ, लेट हिम वेयर, ही विल सेव हिज लाइफ. सिंपल, राइट. अब ये क्या हुआ, ये एक ऐसा एक्शन हुआ जिससे पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट को बेनिफिट हुआ या पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट हुआ. किस लेवल पे, इंडिविजुअल लेवल पे या कुछ लोगों के लेवल पे. लेट्स से 10 मोटरसाइकिल गैंग था पूरा, और उसको उसने बोला कि भाई तुम हेलमेट पहनो, यू वेयर द हेलमेट एंड यू कैन फाइन नाउ. सो ऑब्वियसली इफ इंस्टेड ऑफ गिविंग जस्ट हेलमेट्स टू दिस 10 पीपल, अगर गवर्नमेंट बोलती कि हम एक लॉ बनाते हैं कि जिसके पास भी हेलमेट नहीं होगा हम उसको हेलमेट देंगे और उसको पहनना होगा, और उसका नाम नोट करेंगे, विल नोट डाउन हिज नेम, राइट, विल कीप अ ट्रैक ऑन हिम through an app or something, right? And we'll make sure that he keeps wearing helmet whenever he comes out. Now that is a general rule, ये सब पे applicable है. तो मैक्सिमम इंटरेस्ट कैसे फुलफिल हुआ, कुछ लोगों को हेलमेट पहनाने से या एक लॉ बनाने से कि सबको हेलमेट पहनना चाहिए और उसको ट्रैक करना, मॉनिटर करना, राइट? यू कैन गिव द आंसर योरसेल्फ. सो लेट अस से ये एक प्रिंसिपल है. व्हाट डज इट से कि भाई अगर रोड बनना है तो रोड कहाँ बनेगी, जहां 20,000 लोगों का बेनिफिट हो या 50,000 लोगों का बेनिफिट हो. सी, कंपेयर करो. How do we maximize the benefit of something to the maximum number? ये एक फिलॉसफी है, राइट. परफेक्शनिज्म एक फिलॉसफी है. इंक्यूशनिज्म एक अनदर फिलॉसफी है, थ्योरी ऑफ जस्टिस जॉन रॉल्स वो अनदर फिलॉसफी है। ये फिलॉसफीज क्या करती है? दे गिव अस अ गाइडेंस, दे गिव अस अ फ्रेमवर्क, हम कैसे रिव्यू करेंगे, पॉलिसी मेकर्स कैसे समझेंगे कि पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट कैसे सर्व होगा, कौन सी ऐसी स्कीम होगी जो मैक्सिमम वल्नरेबल्स को बेनिफिट कर सकती है, उस स्कीम का फॉर्मेट क्या होगा। सी, सो दीज फिलॉसफीज आर नॉट जस्ट थियरी, राइट, दे आर प्रैक्टिकल गाइडलाइंस इफ वी हैव टू एक्ट, इफ वी हैव टू डिसाइड, इफ वी हैव टू डू समथिंग। ठीक है, चलो लेट्स not get into a lot of detail, right? So let us say likewise. So we have lot of topics, right, where UPSC traps us because we generally neglect those topics as minor, right? Or we have done only a superficial understanding of that, right? So for my first, right, I'm coming to this. So first suggestion would be very simple, right? So we will be talking about, we'll be dealing with writing answers. This is the first part. I'm telling you, understand this. Writing answer, answers लिखेंगे, और दूसरा होगा आंसर राइटिंग। फाइन, कैसे लिखेंगे ये भी इंपॉर्टेंट। देन वी विल डेवलप कंटेंट विथ यू, you know the format of this model, we'll develop the content with you. Fine, how to develop or brainstorm the ideas. Ideas don't generate just naturally, we have to think of topics, right, in so many dimensions. Obviously, I cannot say n dimensions, but kuch dimensions hai which we have to think of so that we are able to generate the perspective. Framework generate कर सकते हैं और वहां से फिर हम content develop कर सकते हैं. Content existing है, plus we can also enhance it, right? That is called the enrichment process. Enrichment process is like, if I tell you कि भाई आप विल्सन के बारे में इतना ही जानते हैं, बट आप थोड़ा और जान सकते हो, आप विल्सन एंड वेबर को लिंक कर सकते हो, राइट? विल्सन वेबर फॉले को आप एक साथ समझ सकते हो। क्या सेकंड एआरसी ने विल्सन वेबर फॉले की इस थ्योरी के बारे में कुछ कहा है, या हैज इट सेड समथिंग व्हिच कुड बी इजीली कोलैबोरेटेड विद देम? सो कंटेंट डेवलप होता है लिंकेज से। फाइन, सो विल ट्राई टू डेवलप योर लिंकेज आल्सो। लिंकेजेस बोथ है, टू काइंड्स ऑफ लिंकेज है, हॉरिजॉन्टल एंड वर्टिकल। दो टाइप के लिंक्स है, हॉरिजॉन्टल और वर्टिकल, राइट? हॉरिजॉन्टल जनरली पेपर 1 and paper 2. Very normal linkages. This happens theory with practice, practice and theory. ठीक है. Vertical linkage है within the paper, right? Within the paper. So paper 1 will have its own linkage, fine, and paper 2 will have within its own linkage, right? इसके भी बहुत सारे examples हम लेंगे and I'll talk about it, don't worry. Fine. So content बहुत important है, right? Content के साथ, क्योंकि आपको पता है क्या लिखना है, good, fine, but वो arrange कैसे होगा? Fine. Somebody tells you to describe yourself, so either from head to toe or toe to head. Fine. You cannot randomly describe कि ये finger है, फिर वो feet है, फिर ये hair है, फिर ये है. You cannot simply describe it this way. You have to organize your description, और वो systematic होना चाहिए. Fine. So this is very important, that how do we structure the answer? ये बहुत important है, right? Structure का मतलब होता है, ठीक है, flow of ideas, ठीक है, क्या किसके बाद आना चाहिए, ये लॉजिकल भी होना चाहिए, फाइन, और फ्लो ऑफ कंटेंट, बोथ. फाइन, सो यू कैन नॉट सिंपली कीप एनीथिंग एनीवेयर जस्ट बिकॉज यू फील गुड अबाउट इट, राइट? जस्ट बिकॉज यू फील कि ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है इसलिए यहां पे होना चाहिए, नहीं. हर चीज की इंपॉर्टेंस उसके अपने कॉन्टेक्स्ट में है. सो विल्सन हैज सेड समथिंग, फॉले हैज सेड समथिंग, वेबर हैज सेड समथिंग, तो उन्होंने अपने हिसाब से उसकी एक हायरार्की और रैंकिंग डेवलप की कि भाई ये इंपॉर्टेंट है, फाइन, स्ट्रक्चर। देन नेक्स्ट, द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट इज द रेलेवेंस। नाउ जैसे कि कंटेंट तो बन गया, फिर रेलेवेंस क्या है, राइट? अब रेलेवेंस है कि भाई मैं एग्जाम्पल क्या दे रहा हूं, मैं केस स्टडी क्या दे रहा हूं, मैं डेटा और फैक्ट्स क्या यूज कर रहा हूं। ठीक है, अब जस्ट सिंपल एग्जांपल मैं आपको देता हूं। ठीक है, आपने लिखा डेवलपमेंट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, राइट? आई होप मोस्ट ऑफ यू नो व्हाट इज डेवलपमेंट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, राइट? अब मैं उसको सिंप्लीफाई कर देता हूं। एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन क्या करता है? व्हाट इज एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन डू? लाठीचार्ज, फाइन, देन, राइट, करप्शन, bribery, misuse of authority, discretion, right, favoritism, टेंडर अलॉटमेंट टू देयर ओन पीपल, चेरी पिकिंग, जो जो उनके बहुत करीब है उनको और करीब लाना, रेंट सीकिंग, अपनी अथॉरिटी को यूज करने के लिए, खुद को हिलने के लिए पैसा लेना, राइट? अब एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ये सब कुछ करता है। रेगुलेशन, कंट्रोल, राइट? इट इज लाइक अ मॉरल गार्डियनशिप, डोंट सिट हियर, डोंट सिट देयर, डोंट डू दिस, डोंट गो देयर, आई एम वाचिंग यू। सर्वेलेंस, प्रिवेसी को वॉयलेट करता है। सी दीज आर वो वन डायमेंशन, राइट? आपने बोला भाई एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन और सिटीजन में ट्रस्ट की कमी है, सिटीजन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को ऐसे व्यू करते हैं, बट दैट इज नॉट द ओनली रोल और दैट इज नॉट द एक्चुअल रोल ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन। सो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन क्या करता है, राइट? वो हमारा डेवलपमेंट भी करता है, वो हमें सिक्योरिटी भी देता है, ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन भी करता है, एजुकेशन, हेल्थ, लिटरेसी, इन पैरामीटर्स पे भी काम करता है, रोड्स बनाता है, ट्रेड प्रमोट करता है, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन चलाता है। सो एक सिस्टम जो है वो सारे एक्टिविटीज करता है, डज ऑल द थिंग्स व्हिच आर नेसेसरी फॉर अस टू ग्रो एंड डेवलप एज ह्यूमन बींग्स, एज मेंबर्स ऑफ सोसाइटी, राइट, एज बायोलॉजिकल बींग्स। सो सर्वाइवल, ग्रोथ, डेवलपमेंट, इंप्रूवमेंट, सारे काम करता है। जब एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ये सब करता है तो हम बोलते हैं डेवलपमेंट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन। बट ऑब्वियसली टू अंडरस्टैंड कि भाई ये डेवलपमेंट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है क्या, ये करता तो है, राइट, लेकिन व्हाट प्रॉब्लम्स विल कम, ये सिस्टम काम कैसे करेगा, हम कैसे टारगेट्स को आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे, टारगेट्स को अचीव कैसे करेंगे, उसकी पूरी थ्योरी जो है वो डेवलपमेंट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है। बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ दी कंट्रीज, डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज जो थी वो नॉन डेवलपमेंटल थी, क्योंकि जो कॉलोनियल मास्टर्स थे, द ब्रिटिशर्स और whosoever colonized them, they did not work for their development. उन्होंने क्या किया, उन्होंने ऑब्वियसली उसको लूटा, राइट? दे वर वर्किंग फॉर extracting the wealth. If you have read about drain of wealth theory, right? Extracting the wealth, extracting the skill, extracting the resources, उन्होंने वही काम किया। तो जो सिस्टम उन्होंने बनाया वो भी वैसे ही काम करता। सो ये जो मॉडल है डेवलपमेंट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, राइट, अब हम इसको पढ़ते हैं पेपर वन में। अब इस डेवलपमेंट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का काउंटर पार्ट है, राइट, जैसे हमने बोला रेलेवेंस, तो आपने डेवलपमेंट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का आंसर लिखा, राइट? इन डेवलपमेंट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन इसका काउंटर पार्ट है। फॉर एग्जांपल अगर हम पेपर टू को पढ़े तो हम बोलते हैं कि पंचायती राज, लोकल गवर्नमेंट्स आज, राइट, लोकल लेवल पे डेवलपमेंट कर रही, क्योंकि दे आर मेकिंग प्लानिंग, दे आर स्पेंडिंग रिसोर्सेज, राइट, उन पे कमिटीज हैं, वो सारे प्लान को रिव्यू करते हैं और उसके बाद वो इम्प्लीमेंट करते हैं। इनको या इनका जो टास्क है, व्हाट रोल दे हैव टुडे, फाइन, कुछ समय पहले ये रोल डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर या कलेक्टर करता था, राइट? अभी भी कलेक्टर डज लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, बट आप उसको समझिए इन सिंपल वे। सो कलेक्टर जो था वो डेवलपमेंट करता था, ये डेवलपमेंट शिफ्ट हो गया किसके पास, पीआरआईज के पास, राइट? क्योंकि कलेक्टर जो था वो अभी भी एक ब्रिटिश कल्चर के हिसाब से काम कर रहा था, राइट? वी डिड रिफॉर्म्स, लेकिन अभी भी जो कल्चर मोर और लेस था, वो उसका एटीट्यूड कहीं ना कहीं चेंज नहीं हुआ। ये पावर शिफ्ट हो गया, फाइन, हम पढ़ रहे हैं डेवलपमेंट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन थियरी, जो कहता है कि एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को डेवलप करना चाहिए, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को ये करना चाहिए, वो करना चाहिए। यू आर स्टडीइंग द थियरी, राइट? यू आर यूजिंग द एग्जांपल, फाइन। अब आपको ये नहीं पता कि मुझे ये एग्जांपल यहाँ डालना है, राइट? आप डेवलप एग्जांपल डाल रहे हो कि हाँ, गवर्नमेंट डज वेलफेयर एक्टिविटीज, डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर परफॉर्म्स द। अब आपको ये सेंस होना चाहिए कि आज डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर का जो रोल है, डेवलपमेंटल रोल, वो बहुत कम है। वो सारा रोल आइदर हैज गॉन टू सीडीओ, चीफ डेवलपमेंट ऑफिसर, ठीक है, जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर के पैरेलल एक ऑफिसर, या इट हैज गॉन टू पंचायती राज इंस्टीट्यूशन, राइट? स्पेशली व्हेन यू से डीपीसी, डिस्ट्रिक्ट प्लानिंग कमिटी, या जिला परिषद या जिला पंचायत। नाउ दिस रोल हैज शिफ्टेड टू देम। तो आपका जो एग्जाम्पल है वो गलत नहीं है, बट उसकी रेलेवेंस नहीं। So relevance becomes the next aspect. So we'll talk about writing answers, we'll develop practice writing answers. Then we'll talk about answer writing, how to make effective answers. Content, right? We'll develop linkage, vertical, horizontal, paper 1 and paper 2, right? Structure, flow of ideas and relevance. जब मैं relevance बोलता हूँ, तो इसका लॉजिक सिंपल है कि यहाँ पे हमें अपने करंट पर्सपेक्टिव्स को देखना चाहिए। फाइन, एंड दिस शुड बी वेरी क्लियर दैट पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन काफी एडाप्टिव सब्जेक्ट है, एवोल्यूशनरी सब्जेक्ट है, और करंट से इन्फ्लुएंस है। तो एक बहुत मेजर एफर्ट आपका सेव हो जाता है, राइट? यू सेव लॉट ऑफ एफर्ट बिकॉज यू आर ऑलरेडी स्टडिंग दैट इन योर जनरल स्टडीज, और इन जनरल एवरी यूपीएससी एस्पिरेंट हैज टू बी अपडेटेड टू एन एक्सटेंट with current affairs, so you cannot ignore them. These are one of the perks of the public administration, that majority of the paper 2 you'll see, even in paper 1 today, the current perspective but not current affairs is coming. Try to understand, there's a big difference, right? They are not directly asking current affairs, they are asking current perspectives. तो अगर आप डेवलपमेंट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन पढ़ रहे हो और आपको पता है कि आज डेवलपमेंट ओरिएंटेशन क्या है, एस्पिरेशनल डिस्ट्रिक्ट प्रोग्राम है, राइट? या यू आर स्टडिंग पंचायती राज इंस्टीट्यूशंस एंड वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट, एंड आज का पर्सपेक्टिव क्या है कि भाई ठीक है, हमने रिजर्वेशन दे दिया स्टेट और सेंट्रल लेवल पे, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट पॉलिटिकल reservation or reservation in politics for women, fine, and likewise. So ये जो current perspectives है या जो issues है, वो कैसे रिफ्लेक्ट होंगे एग्जाम में, राइट? ये आपके लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है। सो यू जस्ट मगिंग अप कि भाई हाँ, मेघालय में सोशल ऑडिट को लीगलाइज कर दिया, आंध्रा में इसका बहुत बड़ा इम्पैक्ट है, केरला में कुदुम श्री योजना, इट्स फाइन, स्टडी करंट अफेयर्स, राइट? अप्लाई दैट इन गवर्नेंस एंड योर अदर एरियाज। But in public administration, you cannot simply pick it up and put it there, right? आपको उसको एक कॉन्टेक्स्ट में घुमाना, राइट? उसको एक कॉन्टेक्स्ट में फिट करना पड़ेगा, और वो कॉन्टेक्स्ट डेफिनेटली है थियोरेटिकल अंडरस्टैंडिंग, राइट? लेट्स से सो रेलेवेंस, सी, मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल लूज दिस रेलेवेंस, राइट? तो आपने स्ट्रक्चर पे फोकस किया, रेलेवेंस पे फोकस किया, राइट? अब स्ट्रक्चर है जैसे फ्लो ऑफ आइडियाज है। अब स्ट्रक्चर जब आप डेवलप करते हो तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट होता है कि भाई आप किसी टॉपिक को इंट्रोड्यूस, हाउ विल यू इंट्रोड्यूस अ टॉपिक, फाइन, हाउ विल यू डेवलप इट्स मेन बॉडी, राइट? एंड हाउ विल यू बी एबल टू समवेयर समराइज दैट इनटू अ कंक्लूजन। सो मैं एक बहुत सिंपल सा आपको फॉर्मूला बताता हूँ, राइट? दो फॉर्मूले सिर्फ, you follow it, see, right? The students have scored 312 marks, 303 marks, 320 marks. It's not like that. Maybe you might not be knowing, right? आप कोविड के बाद वाली जनरेशन हो. So, right, PubMed has been the most popular option. But as two options become one, it is obvious that the numbers would reduce. Fine. Also, public administration is, because it is common sense based, and you know common sense is quite uncommon. So one of the important factors, right, which are restricting people to be associated with this, because this is the most sought after option. It is the core, it is the essence of what you're going to do. It is the essence of the entire examination that is going to happen. तो आप एनवायरमेंट पढ़ोगे तो आप एनवायरमेंटल साइंटिस्ट नहीं बनोगे, आपको एनवायरमेंटल गवर्नर या गवर्नेंस में काम करना है, राइट? तो लेट अस, राइट, विल टॉक अबाउट दीस थिंग्स। सो लेट्स से यू हैव अ स्ट्रक्चर, आपने सिंपल स्ट्रक्चर बनाया कि भाई इंट्रोडक्शन क्या है। अब इंट्रोडक्शन के भी, राइट, बहुत सारे तरीके हो सकते हैं। मेथड्स फॉर इंट्रोडक्शन, एक सबसे इफेक्टिव इजी, लाइक आई एम टेलिंग यू दिस आइडिया, 3 वर्ड्स आपको याद रखते हैं, ठीक है? लूसिडिटी, एसिडिटी नहीं, लूसिडिटी, राइट? फाइंड सम माइट फील एसिडिटी बाय रीडिंग दिस वर्ड लूसिडिटी। लूसिडिटी का मतलब क्या होता है? भाई किसी भी चीज को बहुत सिंपलेस्ट फॉर्म में समझाना, फाइन, उसको एकदम मास लेवल पे समझा, फाइन। सो राइट, थ्री इडियट्स में लाइक आमिर खान इज एक्सप्लेनिंग दी मशीन, दैट्स लूसिडिटी, फाइन। तो लूसिडिटी पहला एसेंशियल एलिमेंट। कोई बोले ये ऐसा स्ट्रक्चर, ये डिजाइन बनाओ, ये बिगेस्ट थिंग इज व्हाट इज एन आंसर? आंसर इज अ कम्युनिकेशन। कम्युनिकेशन हुआ ही नहीं तो आप कितने भी अच्छे आप यू नो चलचित्र चित्र बना लो, डायग्राम्स बना लो, इलस्ट्रेशंस बना लो, राइट, डिजाइनिंग कर लो, उसकी पेंटिंग कर लो, डजंट मैटर। लूसिडिटी, फाइन, understand? So it is the simplest form of explanation. Understand? Simplest form. Basic, right? बच्चे को जैसे आप समझाते हो. Fine. Lucidity, clarity. ये LCS मॉडल होता है. Lucidity, clarity. Clarity का मतलब जो भी चीज आप लिख रहे हो, you are sure about that. Whatever you are writing, right? Is it very precise or not? You are not beating about the bush, right? You are not going around and around, so you don't make a jalebi, right? Simply write. Convey the idea in the most effective manner, but in a very precise manner. Public administration as a subject has evolved in US. It was the Wilson who talked about this idea, and he initiated the concept of public administration as an area of study. This subject serves the interest of people. What are you trying to say? Simplify. और उसके लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, राइट? अभी हम इस पे बात करेंगे, इसके लिए क्या जरूरी है. So we'll develop this art in you, right? Lucidity, clarity, and simplicity. Only 3 words. They will help you write the most effective answer. And you might be wondering that why this person is saying something like this, right? We have heard a lot of complicated things. Yeah, you have to be Mohit Bhattacharya, nahin? You have to be Nicholas Henry, you have to be Stephen Robbins, you have to be Katz and Can, you have to be Negro and Negro, you have to be Fred Riggs, Farrell Heddy. No, you don't have to be. You have to become an administrator. Fine? तो आप गांव वाले को थियरी बताओगे नहीं, आप थियरी समझ के ये समझोगे कि गांव वाले को क्या बताना है. Fine? That is your task. So don't go beyond the task for which you are being selected. So one, like I said, explain. Simple, clear cut. जितना क्लैरिटी, जितना सिंप्लिसिटी हो, उतना अच्छा है. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि वोकैबुलरी नहीं चाहिए, ठीक है? So lucidity is the explanation part. Fine. अब क्लैरिटी में इंपॉर्टेंट है वोकैबुलरी. हाउ इफेक्टिव एंड प्रिसाइज आपकी वोकैबुलरी है. इफेक्टिव, राइट, प्रिसाइज और कॉन्टेक्चुअल. सो इफ यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट वेबर, अब वेबर का अपना एक कंटेंट है, दिस थ्योरी इज देयर, राइट? और वेबर से रिलेटेड एक वोकैबुलरी है जो आपको लिखनी होती है, जो आप बोलते हैं इम्पर्सनैलिटी क्या होता है, सिंपलेस्ट फॉर्म टर्म, राइट? एक्सप्लेन. न्यूट्रलिटी क्या होता है, एक्सप्लेन. बट वो वर्ड जो है वो आना चाहिए. फाइन. तो यू कैन नॉट सिंपली से कि दी पब्लिक सर्वेंट्स हैव टू बी इम्पार्शियल, करेक्ट, बट उसके लिए क्या वर्ड है जो वेबर ने यूज किया? न्यूट्रलिटी, impersonality, apolitical orientation, fine, anonymity. Bureaucrats should work from behind the curtain, correct? Write it. But what is the keyword? The keyword is anonymity. See, so that is very important कि आपको ये keywords जो हैं, और keyword का मतलब ये नहीं hook, you just write anything and stuff. No, keyword means every word, every system, every answer that you're writing is related to a concept. right? That concept to be expressed in a particular word. Simple. Fine. So if you want to explain what is the difference between smiling and laughing, right? Or sarcastic smile, a smile and a laugh. आपके पास अलग अलग वर्ड्स होंगे ना उसके लिए, या सबको बोले वो बहुत खुश था, नहीं नहीं कह सकते ना. सो दैट्स द आइडिया. सो एवरीथिंग दैट यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड राइट, आप उसके लिए इफेक्टिव वोकैबुलरी डेवलप करो. वोकैबुलरी आपको कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर, और कॉन्सेप्ट को क्लियरली स्टैब्लिश करने में, लिखने में दे विल हेल्प यू. फाइन. सिंप्लिसिटी. So what is simplicity? Like I told you, fine, you must have an order of writing things. An order establishes how clarity, how your mind is working in a systematic manner. If you just clutter everything, right? अब बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं सी, डायग्राम बनाया, फिर उसमें पॉइंटर्स लिखे, फिर उस डायग्राम में कुछ उन्होंने आसपास कुछ बना दिया, फाइन, उसको फिर उन्होंने और डेकोरेट कर दिया. What is the utility? What is the utility when nobody is able to read it? तो आपकी प्रेजेंटेशन क्लियर होना चाहिए, राइट? किसी चीज को समझाने, द एक्सप्लेनेशन ऑफ समथिंग शुड बी सो, like I told you, with so day-to-day examples. It should be with so relevant, right? Commonsensical understanding that the examiner is able to make sense कि भाई exactly आप क्या बोलना चाहते हो. तो सिंप्लिसिटी का मतलब सिंपलिस्टिक नहीं है, मीडियोकर नहीं है. Simplicity is the effectiveness, right? It is the way of presenting something which brings the common sense understanding. ये एक मॉडल आपको याद रखना है, ये बेसिक फ्रेमवर्क है, राइट? लूसिडिटी, क्लैरिटी, सिंप्लिसिटी. तो आईएएस के लिए एलसीएस आपको चाहिए, ठीक है? ओवर द टाइम, फाइन. So we've seen thousands and thousands of students over the time, right? जो ये फॉलो करता गया उसका बहुत अच्छा हुआ है, नो डाउट. बहुत इंटेलिजेंट, lot of intelligent people came, lot of extraordinary people came. I am IITian, I am this, I am from here, right? They could not make sense of the exam, neither of the paper nor of the exam, merely because, right, they were too over the board. They felt that if they write each and every amount of information available on this planet in this answer, right, they will get. It's not a competition of information packing. It wants how well organized and thoughtful a person is, and he can express the ideas in the most effective manner. That is what you have to do. You have to read 200 pages file and you have to make notes. How will you do it? Right? आप तो माइक्रो एलिमेंट्स में फंस जाएंगे. ठीक है. लेट अस से दूसरा मॉडल है बहुत इजी, राइट? इसको हम कॉन्सेंट्रिक सर्कल मॉडल, कॉन्सेंट्रिक सर्कल अप्रोच या 5C अप्रोच में मैं बोलता हूँ, ठीक है? So we'll work on these things with you, right? Whether it is the test series or QEP, but QEP obviously is more detailed program. Test series is more about evaluation, as you know. Though both can work in tandem, right? So there are students who are studying who are doing both. So they definitely can, once they understand the approach, they can start using this approach in their answers. ठीक है. 5C अप्रोच क्या है? वेरी सिंपल. फाइन, हमने पढ़ा, हमें लिखना है वेबर. So वेबर की theory has a context. It's a classical theory. It's a theory which basically gets impacted by industrial revolution. So वेबर की theory उसका क्या है भाई? पहला C एक context है, एंड एक बैकग्राउंड है जिसमें थियरी डेवलप होती है. वो थियरी किसी चीज के बारे में बात करती है. वो थियरी रिस्पॉन्स है. इट्स अ रिस्पॉन्स टू समथिंग विच इज चेंजिंग. इट इज कमिंग फ्रॉम अ सोर्स. इट इज कमिंग फ्रॉम एन आइडिया, राइट? इट इज कमिंग फ्रॉम अ लॉजिक. तो कुछ कंडीशंस हैं जिसमें ये थियरी बनी, राइट? उसका एक बेसिक सर्कमस्टेंस है, बेसिक फ्रेमवर्क है जिसमें थियरी इमर्ज होती है. उसको हम बोलते हैं कॉन्टेक्स्ट, राइट? विद दिस विल डील इन द क्लासेस. When we start with the questions, I'll help you understand how do we think, how do we understand the context of a question or of a scholar or any policy or program, anything that comes in the exam. So, पहला C है context, right? चलो इसको हम फर्स्ट कर लेते हैं। दूसरा क्या है भाई? आप किसके बारे में बात कर रहे हो? वेबर। वेबर के किस कंट्रीब्यूशन के बारे में बात कर रहे हो? अथॉरिटी, थियरी ऑफ अथॉरिटी, राइट? या his power, authority, domination classification, fine? Or you're talking about the restrictions on bureaucracy, fine? Or you're talking about the features of bureaucracy, आप किस चीज के बारे में बात कर रहे हो? So there will always be, या उसके negatives की बात करो, so there will always be a precise understanding कि भाई किस, ये वेबर की थियरी है, राइट? ये इस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में आई, अब इसमें हम किस चीज की बात करें, व्हाट एस्पेक्ट आर वी टॉकिंग अबाउट? तो वहां पे आ जाएगा हम कॉन्सेप्ट के बारे में। सो कॉन्सेप्ट का मतलब है जो बेसिक थीम्स वेबर ने डिस्कस किए हैं, जो बेसिक आइडियाज उसने डेवलप किए हैं, उसमें से किस आइडिया, विच आइडिया हैज बीन पिक्ड अप, राइट? विच एस्पेक्ट हैज बीन पिक्ड अप बाय द एग्जामिनर टू आस्क यू द क्वेश्चन। ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि फॉले पूछा है, वेबर पूछा है, लिकर्ट, अर्गारिस, मैग्रेगर, कौटिल्य, कुछ भी पूछा, हम सब नहीं लिख सकते, राइट? पीपल फॉलो दिस स्ट्रैटेजी कि सब लिख दो, कुछ ना कुछ तो मिल जाएगा, राइट? बट इतनी मेहनत के बाद अगर वो रिजल्ट 3 नंबर हो आउट ऑफ 10, दैट इज इलॉजिकल। इट विल वेस्ट माई टाइम, आई कैन सेव माई टाइम एंड राइट समथिंग एल्स, फाइन? सो सेकेंड सी जो है वो है कॉन्सेप्ट। ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट, राइट? अगर हमने लिखा कि भाई वेबर की अथॉरिटी का लॉजिक ही हमने गलत लिख दिया तो आंसर गलत हो गया, फाइन? उसकी थियरी का बेसिस ही गलत है तो गलत है। देन आई वुड राइट सिंपल aspect is content. Content means what we are developing here, what we were talking here. अब हमें वो लिखना है, राइट? जब हमें समझ में आ गया किसके बारे में है, तो हमें वो लिखना है जिसके बारे में पूछा गया। दैट्स कॉल्ड दी कंटेंट। फिर हम चौथा बोलते हैं कि भाई इसमें हाउ डू वी पुट केस स्टडीज। केस स्टडीज को मैं एक जनरल टर्म यूज करता हूं, राइट? फॉर एग्जाम्पल्स, करंट पर्सपेक्टिव्स, एग्जाम्पल्स, करंट पर्सपेक्टिव, यू कैन राइट इट। इसमें करंट एस्पेक्ट्स आ जाते हैं, इसमें पेपर 2 आ जाता है, राइट? इसमें डेटा आ जाता है, फैक्ट्स आ जाते हैं, बहुत सारी चीजें आ जाती है जो इसको सपोर्ट करते हैं। जो हमने यहाँ पे लिखा है, दैट वी आर गोइंग टू सपोर्ट थ्रू दिस, फाइन? एंड देन आखिरी है सी, कंक्लूजन। यू वांट टू बी मोर स्मार्ट, you can talk about way forward. You have some good recommendations, you can talk about way forward, fine? So way forward is good. Conclusions generally more definite होते हैं, way forward is more about a futuristic perspective, right? It is more hopeful. So आप ये भी लिख सकते हैं, ठीक है? या आप कुछ recommendations दे सकते हैं कमिटीज के। So there are various ways of dealing with them. We'll talk about all this in detail. So एक आपका हो गया LCs, एक हो गया 5C. If you follow these two things, right? Obviously with good content को, understanding को, right? Concept building को cannot be undermined. If you follow these two religiously over the time, right? Change doesn't come overnight. So it's not the 2-minute Maggie, obviously, that you can make and eat whenever you want. So you have to go through the process. You have to build certain steps. Slowly and slowly, you have to improve your content. You have to improve your understanding, right? That's uh, every text that you read, right? Every text that you read again and again. What happens over the time? The text starts making better sense to you. So एक बहुत interesting theory है, Jacques Derrida. Derrida is very popular postmodern scholar, right? Derrida's theory is about deconstructivism. Deconstructivism, एक शायर, एक poet who recites a poetry from his own perspective, right? You listen to it, then you develop your own perspective. अब उस poetry के कितने perspective है? 2. 100 people are listening to it, right? Let us say 50. 50 और तो दो 100 में से हर 2 लोग more or less similar सोच है. So at least out of 100 people, right, we develop again 50 new perspectives. Every time somebody listens to his poetry, he associates it with his own understanding of the world, his own circumstances, his own problems. So Derrida's theory is very interesting. Jacques Derrida, deconstructivism. तो रियलिटी कुछ है नहीं है, वो क्या है, हमारा इंटरप्रिटेशन है। सेम उस आंसर का एग्जामिनर अगर आंसर पढ़ता है और आप फैक्ट्स लिखते हो, बहुत अच्छी बात है, बट वो फैक्ट्स कोई सेंस नहीं मेक करते, तो एग्जामिनर को लगेगा इसने सिर्फ रटा है और लिखा है, कोई यूज नहीं। अगर क्वेश्चन स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड है, बहुत अच्छी बात है, right? But hardly you can see that any of the questions in any of the papers, not just public administration, right? Public administration is more smart subject in that way. So any of the subjects that you read, any of the general studies that you study, it all of them have somewhere these kind of questions. So आप इसको समझिए, perspective is बहुत important है, right? So how do we understand the nature of the question? ये humanities है, right? इसमें mathematics की तरह 2 + 2 = 4 नहीं होता है, इसमें 4 + 0 भी 4 होता है, 3 + 1 भी 4 होता है, 2 स्क्वायर भी 4 होता है, √16 भी 4 होता है, एंड सब कुछ होता है। तो काइंडली अंडरस्टैंड दिस वे दैट व्हेन यू आर राइटिंग द आंसर्स, एग्जामिनर एक्सपेक्ट कर सकता है कि भाई 4 लिखा है तो इसने √16 क्यों नहीं लिखा, राइट? 4 + 0 क्यों नहीं किया, 3 + 1 क्यों नहीं किया, 2 + 2 क्यों नहीं किया, 2 स्क्वायर क्यों नहीं किया, राइट? अब ये this understanding comes with time, with effort, right? And we can most interestingly we can find out that when we read the questions we'll be able to understand after a point of time कि अच्छा ये एग्जामिनर कौन सा वाला 4 चाहता है, राइट? √16 वाला चाहता है या 4 + 0 वाला चाहता है या ये दोनों एक साथ मिक्स करके चाहता है। Now see, that is your maturity of understanding the subject. So the more you read the subject, your understanding develops. The more you read with the method in a particular way, right? You develop the understanding better, your concepts are good, your language improves. You are able to utilize fewer words for better understanding. See, the day it comes, brevity, right? तो जितना वो ब्रीफ होगा, जितना प्रिसाइज होगा, उतना अच्छा होगा, आपका टाइम सेव होगा, क्योंकि ऑब्वियसली this is also a very important factor, right? All of you must be facing the problem कि 7 to 8 minutes में हमें एक आंसर लिखना है, right? हर एक आंसर नहीं लिखना है, because every answer, some is 10 mark, right? Some is 15 mark, maybe 20, right? Maybe 30 अब नहीं आता, but फिर भी let us say 25 हो गया. So unpredictable service commission can do, it cannot do things randomly, but still we should be ready for certain things. So सब में हम इतना टाइम नहीं दे सकते, right? Some of them 20 marks, 25 marks will take more time. The return on investment may not be same. If you write 10 markers better, right? So there are strategies also to attempt paper, which one to choose, which one to leave, right? There are a lot of things we'll study, we'll understand here. So you write 10 markers, you might get, let's say 5.5. Very effective, precise, conceptually correct, interesting, example डाला, diagrams बनाए, illustrations बनाए, बहुत interesting answer लिखा. Examiner checks, the first question he checks is yours, first paper he checks is yours, he gives you 5.5, 6 marks maybe. Right? उससे ज़्यादा वो नहीं देते. So let us say it gives you 10. अब आपने 20 नंबर को लिखा, right? You are tired and you are writing and you are trying to recollect the information. Obviously, you have written a lot of answers. You might be fed up with the content itself, right? Same content is coming to you again and again and again, right? तो आपने इसको फिर भी बहुत अच्छा लिखा, right? बहुत अच्छा लिखा. Are you getting my point? बहुत अच्छा लिखा. लेकिन एग्जामिनर को लगा कि अरे he has missed some vital points, right? His approach is not good. इसकी लैंग्वेज बड़ी वीक है. क्यों? बिकॉज ज्यादा एक्सपोज, नो, यू आर मोर एक्सपोज इन 20 मार्क्स, यू आर राइटिंग टू मच, राइट? सो जब आप ज्यादा बोलते हो तो गलत भी बोलते हो, नहीं? सो ये ऑब्वियस है कि व्हेन यू आर राइटिंग दीस 20 मार्क्स, राइट, लेट अस से यू आर राइटिंग एंड you end up getting 8 because examiner doesn't find it to be that appealing or interesting, right? See, रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट क्या है? 7-8 मिनट लगाए गए, 8 नंबर आए, 8 20 में से आए, कितना हुआ? 40%। राइट? यहाँ 5 एंड हाफ 10 में से आए, कितना हुआ? 55%। If you get 55% in everything, you become rank 1. If you get 55% in the entire exam, right, out of 700 plus जो marks have, you become rank 1. So strategy is very important. Choice is very important, right? What kind of questions to be written more frequently in the mains? Factual type, opinion type, criticism type, वो टेल वर्ड्स का क्या यूज होता है वो भी हम बात करेंगे. Fine, but today's discussion was more about basic understanding, right? Obviously, we don't want to, burden you instantly with this. Many of you have understood. Many of you have studied public administration as a subject. It's a beautiful subject. The beauty lies not in listening to the gossip and the noises. The beauty lies in understanding the nature of the subject and how it affects the entire process of the examination. तो एक चीज होती है कि भाई एक सब्जेक्ट आपके दिमाग पे काम करता है और अगर दिमाग डेवलप हो गया तो आप कुछ भी पढ़ोगे वो आपके काम आ जाएगा. ये जो लॉजिक है ये समझना बहुत जरूरी है. फाइन एंड लॉन्ग रन में सी एवरीथिंग इन द लॉन्ग रन बिकम सिंपल. व्हेन यू स्टार्ट ऑफ यू फील कि ये टफ है. ऑब्वियसली अगर टफ है तो आप आईएएस की तैयारी मत करो. आप डेफिनेटली इंडियन आईएएस है, इंडियन ऑटो सर्विसेज भी है, इंडियन आवारा सर्विसेज भी है. देयर आर लॉट ऑफ अदर सर्विसेज अवेलेबल, राइट? यू कैन गो फॉर दैम. सो आपका ये डिसीजन भी बहुत वाइटल है. व्हाई एम आई डूइंग दिस? What is the level of conviction I have towards whatever I'm doing? ये भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. फाइन. तो ये आपकी सोच है कि कोई चीज टफ है, कोई चीज इजी है, इसको करने से ही ये हो जाएगा. नहीं. फाइन. सो देयर आर लॉट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स वी सी हु थिंक कि भाई ये तो मैंने बहुत अच्छा लिखा बट मेरे नंबर क्यों नहीं है? क्यों? क्योंकि देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड यूनिवर्सल अच्छा एंड देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड कॉन्टेक्चुअल अच्छा एंड देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड पर्सनल अच्छा. यू डिड योर बेस्ट. You did not do the best which is desired by the system, by the examination. There were competitors. You saw I was doing very well into 100,000 students which you are competing with. Let's say, right, I teach in the fiscal or Rajendra, right? I teach in Delhi. So we see a lot of students, right? So उनके बीच में कोई बहुत अच्छा student है. But let us say I receive a copy from Bangalore, right? Or I receive a copy from Chennai. And there are students, many students some are preparing from Germany, let's say. And we receive the answers there when we have declared one of the students as topper ki bhai ye bahut acha likha hai. Suddenly we see his copy and we say, oh bhai, this person is working. He is working and studying only on weekends. His answer is so extraordinary. It's brilliant answer. तो अभी हमें जो टॉपर लग रहा था वो अब लगता है कि अच्छा ये तो बड़ा नीचे हो गया क्योंकि ये उससे बहुत अच्छा लिखा है. So can you say that there is some limit? There is some saturation of the best, of the perfection? No, there is none. And that is what I've been trying to tell you. आपकी अपनी फॉर्म है, आपकी स्किल है. जो बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट्स है, कुछ यूनिवर्सल रिक्वायरमेंट्स है, दे शुड बी देयर. रेस्ट आपकी स्किल है, वो डेवलप होनी चाहिए. And your skill has been developing since long time, not today. Public administration as a subject gives you this opportunity to expand that skill and develop that good opinion or write that opinion or write that understanding, right, in your own words. It doesn't restrict you that you have to use this formula only or that name only. No, there are a variety of names. Choose from them. So see, it is not tough. It is not typical. It is not complex, right? It is easy. But yes, it requires common sense. Like I said, common sense is the most difficult part. But then which aspect of the UPSC exam is not? You prepare for prelims years and years and you say, oh, I missed by 1 mark. That 1 mark right? That 1 mark is the difference between you and the success, right? I missed my last attempt by 7 marks, right? Before that, just I think 5.5 marks. So the person who was there, he got into waiting list. I was in the waiting list, so I was out of that. Few marks make difference, right? So sometimes you get good in interview, not in mains. Sometimes you get very good in mains, but very bad in interview. And when this combination works, you qualify. So idea is very simple. That how do we maximize the benefit of what we are studying? How do we develop the skill, right? Where my own strength is associated with this skill and I am able to maximize my benefit. How my return on investment, my time, my effort, how that can be maximized. Right? Return on investment is not just financial. It is your time, your life, which is more crucial. 5,000 wasted doesn't matter somewhere, right? But if you spend or waste 5 months, that takes you many years back in your career throughout your life. You might regret that 5 months. So, right, use the better, the best understanding of things, develop good vocabulary, develop concepts, simplify things, understand them very logically, associate your current perspectives, develop a good structure of answer, and score well. Will take up 15, 20 years of PYQs in the range. Right? Obviously, there are a lot of PYQs which repeat again, which repeat or they come again and again. Right? Obviously, they will be put into one theme. So we have already developed the themes, right? And into that theme, it will be put. So let's say in 3 years, 2015, 2017, 2023, right? In these 3 years, questions from new public management has come, like dominant question, let's say 25 more NPM questions. But these NPM questions have come on different dimensions. So we do interesting thing, we'll put them into a theme, right? Obviously, we'll write PYQ this. But they will be under a theme. And by this, we will also develop that what dominant themes around a particular topic can ever come. Now that is easy to predict. That is what prediction is about. Prediction is not about देखो मैंने कहा था कि rigs से question आएगा, वो आएगा. That's very logical. If comparative public administration comes, the question from rigs, but what aspect of rigs will come? And you'll wonder that, right? The paper or the content that we taught, right? The entire paper, UPSC paper, seems to be directly from there. Because we focus on concept, we focus on logic. Syllabus को एक simply complete karna is not enough. It should make sense with the question paper that comes. And not just 1 year, right? You should be so confident that any time the paper comes, right, you should be able to write. Now, let's talk about references. So, we'll take up PYQs, we will write them, we'll develop the structure, we'll arrange the ideas, we'll give you time to write them, right? Over the time, we'll review it, how you are doing, how you are improving, what is the cycle of improvement. Fine. We'll take a broad range of PYQs, topic by topic, idea by idea. Also, many PYQs are there which are integrated together, right? Number of topics are within them, within that one question. So it may not be just simply based on the distinction between paper 1 and 2, right? It might be a collaboration of that. So we'll take up such questions also, how to find out, how to decipher from the question which units are covered in this question, right? How to write them. If we do that, then our content becomes more easy to write, right? Then concept, vocabulary. Vocabulary is very important part. When you say कि अच्छा भाई मुझे समझना, आप समझो, you understand in the simplest language you want, right? You belong to North Indian belt, you study Hindi. You don't study Hindi, understand in Hindi, right? You're from southern part of the India, you can simplify that in your own language. It doesn't matter. But when you have to write in the exam, so exam के लिए तो एक specific vocabulary चाहिए. आप समझ सकते हो अरबिक में, संस्कृत में, भोजपुरी में, right? ओडिया में, तमिल में, तेलुगु, जिसमें चाहो. It doesn't matter. You translate what I'm saying, right? But when you have to write, you have to choose a medium, no? So you cannot simply say the way I'm casually talking to my friend, I'm going to write that into the exam, right? So that you cannot do. So yeah, avoiding that casualness, avoiding that non-serious depiction of the knowledge, avoiding that kind of the informal terms that you write, how to keep watch on your own answer that you are presenting, how to be aware of what you are writing in the answer. ये सब हम focus करेंगे. That is why it takes time. Fine. So it is not a program simply making you go through the questions, make you practice questions, make you write कि भाई लिखो लिखो आगे चलो. नहीं. We intend to transform you through this program. And you'll see the difference. Like I told you, just if you study, if you we will do the first 2-3 sessions, after that you go and read the PYQs, you will understand it. Probably much, many times more than probably you understood till now. Right? Also, references that we have taken, we take PYQs as reference, but in terms of understanding, right, our references, wide variety of references I have covered over the years. Right? It's been a long time teaching now. So we have covered a lot of resources and references already. Also, latest inputs from the Indian Journal of Public Administration, IJPA, or CGG, Center for Good Governance, Hyderabad. Then your AJPN, American Journal of Public Administration, right? And some, some good, content coming from certain university papers, research papers which they are submitting, which is not directly important for us. But there are certain terms which keep coming from there, right? जैसे हम बोलते हैं new public governance. तो we study new public governance, right? But new public governance में भी कुछ varied models हैं, good enough governance model है, कुछ ऐसा model है, right? तो UPSC का habit है कि they can just put one word and it will create a panic in the minds of the student, right? But you don't need to worry about it. Second ARC is duly integrated. When we discuss, we analyze things. Punchy Commission is integrated. First ARC is integrated. A comparative perspective is already there. Fine. Then several references like Mohit Bhattacharya, Frederick's ecological approach, the entire book I'm talking about. Fine. Or Stephen Robbins' organizational behavior, financial administration, certain books, right? Reforms in Indian administration, special IIP editions. Then administrative culture in India, T.N. Chaturvedi, contemporary perspectives. Reference to be made to certain, current literature in public administration, like contributions of Donald F. Kettle, right? Coons. अब ये मैं नाम ले रहा हूँ, but इसको घबराना नहीं है. Fine, you don't have to think about it. I have to think about it, right? आपको तो simply वो लिखना है. You just have to understand it, right? तो ये मेरा effort है, आपका नहीं. But I'm just telling you the wide variety of references हैं, right? Indian administration में भी हमने references लिए हैं. कैसे वो important है आपके लिए. So over the time we will tell you, right? So you don't need to do anything. Fine. You need to follow the guideline. You need to religiously do the things which we tell you. You have to follow the pattern. You have to improve yourself every day. Watch yourself, right? Review yourself. Then there are sectional tests in this. So I think we don't need to talk merely about the program, right? We have already talked about this. So you can very easily get these details, see how the structure has been developed. Fine, every micro detail has been analyzed. So जो भी लोग ये उनको लगता है कि उनको पढ़ना है, उनकी पढ़ाई में गैप्स हैं, उनको कॉन्सेप्ट्स नहीं समझ में आए, उनको साइमन तो पता है पर डिसीजन मेकिंग इज द हार्ट ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन क्यों है ये नहीं पता, फॉले पता है लेकिन फॉले का कॉन्सेप्ट सिचुएशन या लॉ ऑफ सिचुएशन नहीं पता, पावर विथ पावर ओवर नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, राइट? या कोऑर्डिनेशन या लीडरशिप मॉडल नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, इंटीग्रेशन एज एन आइडिया समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, राइट? हर्सबर्ग सेटिस्फायर डिससेटिस्फायर नहीं आ रहा है समझ में, लीडरशिप मॉडल्स नहीं आ रहे हैं, फाइन. और फॉर दैट मैटर व्हाट इज दिस कंपैरेटिव पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन नहीं आ रहा, फाइन. कैसे वेबर का मॉडल एक सीपीए मॉडल है, फाइन. फेरल हेडीज मॉडल नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, व्हाट आर द स्टेजेस ऑफ डेवलपमेंट, वीडनर्स मॉडल नहीं आ रहा. सो जिसको भी ये लगता है, राइट, या पेपर 2 में उसको लगता है कि भाई फेडरलिज्म के क्या डायमेंशंस हो सकते हैं, फाइन. कैसे हम एनपीए से नीति आयोग तक पहुंचे, ये ट्रांजिशन कैसे होगा, फाइन. सो दैट all of them, all of you are welcome to this program. So who needs to make this leap of faith, the giant transformation, And then you'll see how effectively you can also impact your general studies, and how GS can be very easily fitted into the scheme of this paper, and where your effort will become almost half. So, going through this process, right, will not only enrich you but will also make you more confident in dealing with probably what you feel today as the difficult concepts. As we move ahead, you'll also realize that vocabulary is not something that should be learned from the dictionary, but it is something which should be used with respect to the idea, with respect to the thought process that we develop over the time. शब्द naturally आपके पास आने चाहिए, ना कि आप पे imposed होना चाहिए. Fine. So we'll take up all these things, and the details you can, like I told you, can access, right? You can also visit it. Right. So I generally we have this program, right? And generally all the details are available. So even if you have any queries after that, ask me. You can also approach us, right, through the counselor, through the people, and you can also approach us if you have any specific doubt which would be targeted or addressed to me. So what about current affairs? See, Sujita, we have talked you. You don't have to worry about it, right? We will also provide you some inputs on current affairs, right? Current affairs, like I told you, is not directly the part of public administration, right? Public administration is the one which is driving the current affairs. So current affairs will be already integrated whenever we'll do the discussion. How are we going to add it? Like we told you, vertical and horizontal linkage हम करेंगे. तो वो linkage में हम क्या करेंगे? जो भी contemporary perspectives है उनको भी लाएंगे. When you think of Indian administration, right? So Indian administration में जो whatever is happening around us, जो भी governance के changes है, like I gave you the example of पंचायती राज. So वहाँ पे हम उसको add करेंगे, right? Plus we'll support you in that. Don't worry. So we have a magazine called Bridge. We'll try, but I'm not sure. But we will definitely update you in the class itself. जहाँ जहाँ भी वो ज़रूरत है, wherever it is needed. Plus over the time. See, once you're writing the mains, आपको current तभी भी चाहिए होगा. So definitely, I'll tell you how do we associate current with the content, fine, and what current perspectives are there which become vital for public administration. Anyways, you study that in your GS as well. But how do we use that in Power? That we'll discuss. So don't worry about it, right? Concept, you don't worry. Content, you don't worry. Theory, you don't worry. Understanding, you don't worry. Current affairs also, you don't worry, right? Like I told you, keep doing it. PYQs, jahan jahan bhi see, lot of questions have come over the time which are very open-ended. तो जो भी open-ended होता है, उसके लिए हमें कहीं ना कहीं relevant examples use करने होते हैं, right? So obviously current perspectives will come, right? So don't worry, don't worry. We already have that in mind. Fine, you can go through the details. So we'll talk about all these, nitty gritty, all the micro aspects. धीरे right? कैसे आप sense, you will make sense of what is happening around you, right? वो सब हम बातें करेंगे. Don't worry. Today was the first session, so I just wanted to give you a brief understanding. Also, right? You should be able to understand. I can understand what may be your issues or what kind of problems you might be facing as a student. And you may also be able to understand the method or the way we interact and deliver with the student. That is also equally important. Fine. So today's session was mostly intended towards that, right? I hope as of now, right, we have been able to convey the orientation that we'll have of these classes, the kind of depth we'll try to provide you, how you can conceptually reform and improve yourself over the time, right? Your language, your writing skills, like I told you, answer writing and writing answers, they're two different things. How all this can improve, right? And how you can obviously understand and monitor yourself, right? We have sectional tests and we have a mock test also with the program. So when you will be studying and understanding, we'll try to review, right? To what level of understanding you are as of now. And we'll try to suggest what to do. Fine. So don't worry, this will transform you once, like it is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating, right? Unless we do it, you'll not understand what are the dimensions of this program. Fine, but we have very briefly conveyed to you this is what we are going to do. These things will be done. Fine. So we are already associated or known for credibility, right? Sathi IAS, and I teach an offline mode in the Prodigy IAS. That's my own venture. So we are both, right? Credible names in our own arena. And Sathi is definitely with you in all the, more or less, all the kinds of ups and downs that you face for your UPSC, right? So don't worry about anything, right? Any other doubt you have regarding this program, the structure of the program, or related to this particular format? Fine. Any other doubt you have with respect to the format, right? So today we are keeping it a little less. Fine. We should not have overhead transmission, OHT. Things should not go beyond your comprehension. Fine. And you should feel happy about this discussion. Fine. So see you then in the first class that we'll start with. And we'll start with the meaning, scope, and definition, the kind of questions that have come, and obviously the kind of the orientation that is needed to deal with this question, right? So we'll write structured answers, we'll improve content, we'll conceptually put things into perspective, and we'll talk about it. Don't worry. Fine, it will become easy. You'll understand it's easy. Don't worry. And I guarantee you, obviously not the guarantee which comments are giving, but yes, I'm giving you a simple guarantee, an academician's guarantee that it will become very easy for you. Fine. You study for 1 month, you study for 4 or 5 sessions, I said, you'll see the PYQs will start making sense to you. They'll become easy for you. Thank you all. Good night. See you then in the class. All the best.